The afternoon heat of Lahore was suffocating, but the chaos of Ikra police station was frozen by a single photograph. On the desk lay an image of a bright red silk dupatta, abandoned on the dusty floorboards of a traditional wooden horse-drawn tonga. A young woman had stepped into the carriage at the crowded Anarkali Bazaar in broad daylight, witnessed by dozens of shoppers. She smiled, spoke softly to the driver, and climbed inside. 10 minutes later, when the tonga arrived at her destination, the driver pulled back the heavy canvas curtain. The carriage was completely empty. Only her matching silk dupatta remained. Zainab was the 22-year-old daughter of a conservative, highly respected cloth merchant in the old city. Her sudden disappearance shattered the family. Witnesses at the bazaar insisted she had walked toward the tonga willingly, nodding at a man who stood near the horses before she boarded. The driver, an elderly man named Rafiq, swore under intense police interrogation that he never stopped the carriage along the bustling Mall Road. How could a woman vanish from a moving carriage on a congested road without a single passerby noticing? The Lahore police faced a wall of absolute silence. Investigation began with Zainab's final hours. She was a final-year university student, known for her strict routine and devotion to her family. Her father insisted she never spoke to strangers and never went anywhere alone without her younger brother. Yet, a shopkeeper near the historic gate recalled Zainab purchasing a specific blue glass bangle an hour before she vanished, a bangle she did not wear when leaving her house. The police searched her small bedroom, uncovering a hidden diary beneath the traditional floor rug. The final entry read, "The carriage is waiting, and the price is paid." Inspector Tariq focused on the old tonga driver, Rafiq. The elderly man had operated that specific route for 30 years, a fixture of the old city culture. Tariq noticed a peculiar detail during the vehicle inspection. The floorboards of the historic wooden carriage were unusually clean, scrubbed with harsh chemical bleach that stripped the vintage varnish. Rafiq claimed he merely spilled horse medicine. Suspicion deepened when phone records revealed Rafiq had received 3 brief, untraceable calls from a public payphone near the Lahore High Court on the morning of the disappearance. Someone was orchestrating the route. The first major breakthrough shattered the family's narrative of the innocent daughter. A university classmate stepped forward under the promise of strict anonymity. Zainab had been secretly researching a decades-old land dispute involving her father's lucrative commercial property in Anarkali. Her father was not a mere cloth merchant, he was deeply indebted to a powerful local political syndicate. The classmate revealed that Zainab discovered her father had promised her hand in marriage to a dangerous, older cartel leader to wipe away his massive gambling debts. Zainab was not a victim of a random abduction. A chilling twist recontextualized everything. Inspector Tariq re-examined the CCTV footage from a government building along Mall Road. The footage showed the tonga passing by at exactly 3 o'clock. Through the small gap in the canvas curtain, a flash of red silk was visible. But as the carriage neared an intersection, a black government SUV briefly blocked the camera view for merely 4 seconds. When the SUV cleared, the red silk was gone. The tonga had not lost its passenger during the ride. The driver had used a false floorboard mechanism to drop her directly into an underground sewage maintenance hatch. The truth was monstrous. The elderly tonga driver was the uncle of the cartel leader. The entire sequence at the bazaar was a meticulously staged performance. Zainab knew the plan, but she believed she was escaping her father's arranged marriage with the help of a savior. She did not know she was walking into an execution trap. The false floor of the modified vintage carriage allowed her to slip quietly into the dark subterranean tunnels of Lahore during a calculated traffic halt, where the syndicate waited to silence her permanent knowledge of their political corruption. The underground tunnels beneath the walled city yielded their final, tragic secret. Investigators recovered the blue glass bangle, shattered against the damp brickwork deep beneath Mall Road. Zainab's body was never found, likely carried away by the swift currents of the Ravi River. The cartel leader and the corrupt politicians fled the country before arrest warrants could be executed. The elderly driver died in custody before signing his full confession. Today, the bustling crowds of Anarkali Bazaar continue their daily trade, walking over the very stones where a young woman vanished into thin air.